everyone. Today we have our another new episode, and we have our world famous entrepreneur, Dan Smith, and we have our invention from our lab specifically for media, which is very important, uh, which is called Grill Tech. And the inventors will discuss how does it work. World Talent Economic Forum, definitely they are educational partners, and we want to promote it around the world. And we have more than 2.3 million audience last year, so hopefully through this process our audience can engage. Our all of the activities can be very positive, and they can get a feedback. Beside that, recently we have elections. Next year February we have elections. Maybe the politicians, those who are heavily utilizing social media, those who heavily engage with the social media and all of the things, they can utilize it to engage with their people. So, Mr. Dan Smith, how you want to introduce these innovations, and how does it work? How it will be beneficiary for media?
Well, it's a simple system of polling that uses color to match how you feel about something. So let me show you. Let me see if I can share the screen here. It's a graphical system. So what you're asking here is, should we use nuclear power? And people feel differently about nuclear power. Some people like it, some people don't. So there's a constant argument here, but there's never really a resolution to whether we use it and when and where. So what this does, it shows how people feel about a subject. So the question, the proposition is, we should use nuclear power in my state right here in Maine. And these are the answers that people have responded. So true is black, true and it's good, and true and it's bad. So there's a differentiation in how people, whether they think it's going to happen, and then whether they think it's good that it'll happen. So the results so far that we have is, these are people who are positive, they like the idea. They say it's 50-50. They're not sure if it's going to happen, but they think it's a really good idea. These people think, yeah, it's a good idea. These people here think it's going to happen, and they're scared of it. They don't like the idea. They think that people will force it, and it won't be good. They're worried of the nuclear waste, whatever. The arguments against it are valid, and these people are scared of it. These people here don't like it, but they don't think it's going to happen. So they see it as a threat, but they're not worried about it happening here. So every person is on here somewhere, how you feel about nuclear power. And the idea is to find out, how do you communicate to these people? If you're going to use it, how do you make these people feel safe? And these people, they're all for it. How do you make them understand these people's concerns? So that's politics. That's what people talk about all the time. So it shows how people feel before. What we're looking for is a before, talk about something, then find out after. Find out how people moved one way or the other. Did people engage? Did they believe after the conversation? Did they move over to the blue section, meaning they do like the idea? Or do they move towards the red, saying, no, now I don't like it anymore? So that the way people change their minds after talking with someone, or after reading something or watching a video, this is to track that, to watch how people's minds change over time about a certain topic. So right now we're covering two controversial ones, nuclear power, and the other one is, in Maine, there's some laws about transgender sports. How do you handle that with kids? And that's a real issue. So we don't have a lot of answers yet on this one. And the proposition is, transgenders should compete with their chosen gender. So is that true or false? Is that good or bad? So you have some people that think, no, they should not, and that's really bad for them to do that. No, they shouldn't. There's some confusion here about what the answers are. So here's a discussion. It's a political / educational / cultural problem that we have to get past. So how do you do that? And there's no clear answers right now. So the intention of this technology is to show the array of opinions, and then come to some good conversation that leads to a positive result, and not the politicization and the hate speech and the weirdness and all the problems that we're watching. There's a way to watch which conversations lead to a good outcome. The end of this is, imagine this different conversations on all the different topics. Any different topic can be discussed this way. And imagine AI watching this and watching what are the conversations that lead to a good outcome. Now, a good outcome is not in the red zone. That means people are upset. So a good outcome is green, blue. That means people have reached a decision that they agree is okay. They're not upset with this solution. Now, it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. The idea is to track what are the ideas that resonate with people, that make the most sense, that people like, and then find out what are the topics that can be changed, or which are the ones that they will not change their mind. And when you can't change people's minds, well, that's something they hold very near and dear to their heart. So it's not appropriate to necessarily challenge them on that. So anyway, this is just a way for AI to watch conversations and see how do they change people's minds and how they think about different topics. So this data can be analyzed later. The language models can analyze what was said, and this analyzes the sentiments, the feelings that were brought up, and how people's belief systems changed after those conversations. So what we're looking for is an AI partner that would work with us to actually generate this logic of take the language models and then the emotional effect of the language on those people. So that's a new integration of emotion with the language models that they have. It provides call it Q logic to watch how people's minds are changed. So go ahead. That's what we got. This is what we're releasing from Maine Tech, the school that we're putting together. So this is our first jumping into politics and culture and all that with this, to watch how people respond.
Excellent. My next question: what personal experience or turning point in your life shaped the talent or passion you are showcasing today? Like how you get your dedications and positive thoughts through this process?
Well, I always liked computers, so just tinkering with computers has always been a thing that I liked. Also, recently, I taught school for a year with kids, so that gives you a whole new look at how people learn, how kids pick up these concepts. So I had a pretty good time teaching, and they cut the program, which is too bad because it was cybersecurity, and that's a pretty important topic here for the next, well, forever. And they ended up cutting the program because they didn't have enough money to keep it. So the parents and some other people have helped me put together. We're working on putting together a new school, and this school will integrate using this technology. Imagine this not for true and false, but the other one is that I was using with my class was how much did you like the class and how much did you learn? So imagine tracking the kids. I'll show you. Let's see.
Thank you. My next question for you, like, what personal experience or turning point in your life shaped the talent and passion today? Already you discussed. My next question: how do you define talent, or how has the definitions evolved for you over time, and how you train your talented student?
How do you define talent, man? I guess that would be, generally speaking, the ability to pick up new knowledge and apply it, I guess, is the general definition. But what interested me with kids was how differently they learn. So depending on how some kids will want to read first, some will want to watch a video, some will just want to go at it without necessarily even any instructions. So working that, finding out which talents the kids have, and not only that, but which way they approach that problem. I think that's an important distinction to move forward with the education going forward, is finding what works with the kids, because kids work differently.
Excellent. My next challenge, definitely you face a lot of challenges. You struggle a lot. but I really impressed by your dedications, your commitment towards your startup. So, what challenges did you face in developing your talent, and how did you overcome them? Like, especially for your project, this startup.
Yeah, well, this is it's just been a lot of patience and just uh, well, this one was a little bit unusual because it's an obvious solution that isn't obvious to other people sometimes. So the frustrating part has been getting over that point of it's something new and it's something that's valuable. Trying to find people that can see that. That's been the hard part. But once you find them, it's fun.
Excellent. And uh, who has been the most influential person or mentor in your journey, and what did you learn from them?
That's well, I've talked to so many people there. I got a couple good friends that my co-founder, Dr. Marin, he's the physicist here that I'm working with for this school. So he's been a good brain to bounce things back and forth from because he's very mathematical and I don't know math very well. So he's been a mathematical stop to rhetorical nonsense. That's what he has been for me.
Excellent. My next questions like, how do you want your talent to make an impact on your community or for the world? And what's your vision with this startup?
Vision for me is as a computer guy, just trying to sort out the internet. There's so much information on the internet. It's really hard to know what's true out there sometimes. So that's the I think that'll be the biggest impact. Will be simply sorting the internet by what's credible. What can you believe on the internet? What do other people believe? And then it can get fact checked over time. Sometimes that changes. So that's what I'd really like to see is the ability to find out on the internet what's true, what makes the most sense out of all this nonsense that we see, what's really useful and what's beneficial for me, for someone else, for different countries. And that varies. So this allows information to be sorted by the good it will do.
Okay. How you want to define this media and what you expect from World Talent Economic Forum? We have a lot of partners like Pot TV, Good News, uh, some people like transhumanist parties, Tandos, all of the brilliant people and the Nobel Prize winners, politicians, venture capitalists, scientists, they're part of this ecosystem. What do you expect? How we can improve the community, how we can improve our shows, or what's your thought?
Well, I'm a one-man band here with this one technology. So I see this as a way to improve whatever you're working on. This is a way to improve that because it takes the collective opinions and you're constantly pushing towards what works for everybody and what's best for everybody. So, and part of that includes, well, I don't want to work with you, and these two people don't work well together, so they need to work in different areas. That's what I think this will. I think that's what this will help with most is separating the people who can work best together, and then the people that can't work together, and making sure that they have something useful to do separately, I guess.
Thank you. What's your closing remarks for today's session?
What's my what?
Closing remarks, like the final comments for today's session.
Just looking forward to this. This should be interesting and entertaining, and the once we can kind of sort all the conversations that we're having now that have been split up either by not by politics or by different countries. This helps us recognize our collective values we share, at the same time the individual differences, and it's a way to get past I don't know, I keep calling it the schizophrenic internet we're living through, but it's schizophrenic because people are so different. So if you can find those differences, but then find what are the good in this and the good in that, and trying to get rid of the pernicious, the dangerous stuff there. I think that's how things move forward. Then once you have AI that can get a hold of this and tell the difference, the way people feel, you change the whole internet.
Excellent. I request all of our audience, please share our content as much as possible with the government agency, corporations, and academia. And through this process, our ecosystem will be more strong and we can serve for the communities. And Dan Smith doing tremendous job with his innovations. And we are working together, and definitely we do market research and we will engage with the media and all of the things. Through this process, we can bring more success. And I want to invite Dan to deploy these innovations for this global talent show, because brilliant people from around the world, uh, they regularly join in the global talent shows, and this ecosystem, this technology can improve the shows and the quality. Then the global media can take it as their partners. I want to say always that tech should be like our partners, not like tools. When tech become the partners, we can bring more success for our life. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll talk later.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye.